Cafe anyway. Yeah.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's FF episode 2259. Good love. Good love. Welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast. Mike's Daily Podcast. Today we have a special guest. Her name is Lovely Lady Friend, and she hasn't been on since I don't know when, but here she is in her green tracksuit. It's like a farmer green, like a green farmer's tracksuit. That's what it kind of looks like. And she's eating cereal.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And I'm drinking a smoothie. We're having healthy food today. Love, do you know what?
What?
Chicken
Mike's
butt.
Daily
Do I have the right mic on?
Podcast.
I don't know. It sounds weird.
Yeah.
To me, on my end, it sounds weird.
Let's see. Let's boost that volume up. I forget. Yours kind of has a lower volume.
And I don't hear the music.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, what is that about? Huh. Let's see. Oh, you know why? You should be over here. How about that? You hear it now?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
That sounds very different.
I had to manipulate the mixer board here at Cafe anyway. But now everything's fine. Is it sounding good?
Much better.
I think you're just hearing it in the left ear, though, right? Right? Left ear, right? Did I confuse you?
Right.
But it looks like you have good levels, is what we say in the radio biz. You have good levels. So that's good. You're good. You're level. You're level-headed. Your volume levels are looking good. So thank you for being on the show and eating the cereal directly into the microphone that I've set up for you here at Cafe anyway.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's what a microphone does. It makes you hear you.
Oh, I think it cut out, love.
Oh. All right. Well, we can still hear you.
It's back.
It is. You know what? That's called inside of your headphones. There's a little
Picture.
There's a little cable thing. It'd probably work better in this ear. How about that?
Ah, yes. Magic.
Okay. All right. Let's try not to talk about any more technical things on today's show. The technical behind the scenes stuff we can just forget, because that makes a bad podcast. And I want this to be a good podcast because this is FF episode 2259, and it's the 7th one that I have done in a row this week.
What?
That's right. 2,000. I mean, I've done a lot in a row. Is what I'm doing. That's right, Basil. Oh. Basil would love Radler.
Oh, yeah.
Rodler.
I don't know if Rodler would love Basil, but yeah.
That's what Basil would say to Rodler. So we have a cat that started off as a feral cat. And within the past couple of days, this cat has become very, very friendly. And the cat's name is Rodler. And if you ever go to Germany and you ask for a Rodler, you will get beer with lemonade in it, which basically is, like, I guess, kind of like a sour. That if you ever had those beers that are called sours, they're similar thing. So this cat has been taking up a lot of our time lately. Lovely lady friend has been playing with the cat. I was just blown away. So one day she tells me, the cat has let me pet him. And I said, what? The feral cat let you pet him? And she goes, yeah. And so I didn't believe what she was saying. And then...
Well, love, do they know why it was so unbelievable? Did you tell them about how we first met Rodler?
I believe I did. And it was for a quick synopsis. There was a cat that used to visit us named Orson, as in Orson Welles, as in I'm a very, very large man and I do movies the way I want to, and I'm just bigger than life. So Orson would come in to our backyard and at first would not let us pet him, and then all of a sudden one day, okay, you can pet me if you would like, because I'm Orson Welles. And then Orson just vanished. And lovely lady friend was so forlorn. And then one day we were walking. It was a Sunday like today. And we were walking and coming back from our walk. And there, stapled to a post, a telephone pole, was a sign, a printed out, photocopied sign. I'm getting really specific.
Yes.
So much for my short synopsis.
I was basically going to start at the shelter.
Well, this cat looked like Orson. So lovely lady friend said, I'm going to call the, so we go onto this whole Nextdoor app and that whole Nextdoor world, which is weird. And so lovely lady friend is talking to people on Nextdoor about the cat. And we find out that the cat's now going to be sent to a shelter.
Yeah.
And then you go and visit this cat at the shelter. And you're like, no, that's not Orson. So pretty much,
Well, but when I visited the cat, the woman who at the shelter, she was walking me into the room where he was in. And even before we got near the cage, he was already hissing, growling and hissing. And the whole story behind it at the shelter is that they were actually going to put him down.
Yeah.
Because he was so not friendly.
Yeah.
That they just couldn't do anything with him. So they were actually going to put him down. And I didn't want a growly, hissing cat. But at the same time, I felt horrible that they were going to put him down.
So we'll call the lady that was Rodler's champion, Toni Collette, because of an inside joke between lovely lady friend and I. By the way, we thought we saw Toni Collette today at this bagel place that we frequent in Podcastro Valley, which is where we are broadcasting out of today, Podcastro Valley, but not at the bagel shop. No, we're at Cafe Anyway, the last place on earth. So Toni Collette is basically, she is taking the cat home from the shelter after the people at the shelter neuter.
They neutered him.
They neutered Rodler. As we go outside a Cafe Anyway, we're bringing you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley. Bring your cereal with you, lovely lady friend. And so Rodler gets neutered, and Toni Collette puts Rodler in this big cage that she had, and asked us if we would just watch him outside and feed him. And lovely lady friend goes the total extra mile and puts in a litter box, buys extra litter, even though Toni Collette...
she did that.
Well, Toni Collette gave us a lot to start off with.
She gave us everything.
Then we ran low on supplies, and you went out and got more stuff.
Right.
So you got all this stuff, and Rodler is not coming out of this little box that Toni Collette made. And it's just staying in there, and when we come, is hissing and making this weird noises. And
yeah.
So we have Rodler for about 2.5 weeks. We were supposed to keep him for 3 weeks. And one day he's being really nice to lovely lady friend. And lovely lady friend's like petting him. Oh, that's right. And just like that,
he took off.
He leaves.
Yeah.
He gets out of the cage and he's gone. And then we don't see him for a while. Although he came
back the same day.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
And he was laying on one of Basil's old beds that we have outside. Then,
did you tell them about my theory that Rodler is Basil reincarnated?
Rodler might be Basil reincarnated. Although I don't think the age would work necessarily. Although we don't know how old Rodler is. He seems really young. Got a lot of kitty energy, so we don't know. But Rodler was coming and going, and as soon as we'd go outside, he'd run away. But lovely lady friend was still feeding him. And then when did he start coming up to you and letting you pet him?
It was sometime last week where I would say it's like within the last week, he's been really friendly.
Interesting.
And just like a domestic cat.
And playing and playful. And today... Purring. Being really sweet.
Yeah, totally different cat.
But he's very, very vocal. So there was a movie that lovely lady friend and I began watching, and then I couldn't watch it anymore because it was just too It's like, oh no, like
Which one was this?
it's called a street cat named
Oh, God.
Fred or something.
Bob.
A street cat named Bob. Which, if you are a Downton Abbey fan, the actress that played Anna is in this movie. That's all you. That's it. Nobody else popular in this movie. But it's about a guy who's coming down off of the junk. Mm-hmm. He's a former drug addict, and he's a great musician. And he meets this cat named Bob. He names him Bob. And Bob and him go and play, and all these horrible. It takes place in London, and these horrible things happen to them, and they endure stuff. And then we stopped watching it, so we don't know what happened. But then you read the rest of the story on Wikipedia.
I did, because I just could not deal with the suspense of not knowing whether or not he was going to get killed.
What's going to happen to Bob?
I was attached to Bob.
But what I thought about that movie, that one of the problems I had with it was, you hear every possible cat sound. Like the cat, like it gets happy. It's like, it's sad. It's mad. It like the cat made too much vocal noises. And I'm thinking,
He's a great actor.
I thought this cat, there's no cat that makes that much. Oh, yes, there is. Rodler is so vocal. He'd make a perfect podcast. Because he's just all the time letting you know how he feels. Like if you come at him too fast, it's if you're petting him, like I'm hungry.
Love.
Anyway,
You're learning his language, love.
the language of love.
Yeah.
So the CDC, cdc.gov, says this, lovely lady friend: there are many health benefits of owning a pet. They can increase opportunities to exercise, get outside, and socialize. I don't think any of that's going to happen with
Not with
Rodler.
Rodler.
Regular walking or playing with pets, now you play with Rodler, so, can decrease blood pressure, cholesterol levels, and triglyceride levels.
Huh.
Pets can help manage loneliness and depression by giving us companionship. Most households in the United States have at least one pet.
What?
Studies have shown that the bond between people and their pet can increase fitness, lower stress, and bring happiness to their owners. Some of the health benefits of having a pet include decreasing blood pressure, decreasing cholesterol levels. That's good for me because I always have issues with that. And this one, decreasing triglyceride levels. Also,
Triglyceride levels. Those are the bad. Is that the bad cholesterol?
Bad, yeah. And I have issues with that.
You have issues?
Love? Decreased feelings of loneliness, increased opportunities for exercise and outdoor activities, and increased opportunities for socialization. But that's not happening with Rodler.
Unless we teach him how to walk on with a leash.
But look what CDC has to caveat this with. Pets can sometimes carry harmful germs that can make us sick, even when the pet appears healthy. Now, that was something, too. They checked over Rodler before they released him to us. There was this, I guess it was this program that we took care of Rodler, and then he wouldn't get euthanized, but we'd have to, I guess, basically try and domesticate him and make him less wild.
I think we've done pretty good.
We've done incredible. Yeah.
He's a totally different cat.
By the way, the diseases people get from animals are called zoonotic diseases. There you go. Wash your hands. That's what they say with pets. Whether you're playing with, feeding, or cleaning up after your pet, it's important to wash your hands because of the germs. If you or a family member are concerned about illness, talk to a doctor and mention the animals you've had contact with recently. Wash your hands after touching or playing with your pet, after feeding your pet or handling pet food, after handling pet habitats or equipment, after cleaning up after pets,
Jesus Christ,
after leaving areas where animals live,
basically after being with your animal,
before eating and drinking, before preparing food or drinks, and after removing soiled clothes or shoes.
Well, how the heck are you supposed to get close to your pet
Running water and soap are best for hand washing, but you can use hand sanitizer until running water and soap are available.
What the hell?
There. And then there's a whole thing about good pet hygiene and stuff.
Right.
And keep wildlife wild. Don't try and domesticate raccoons.
No. Oh, God. Yeah, don't feed them hot dogs. Or, but what does he feed them? Oreo cookies? And grapes.
The guy we
What a
watch on
diet.
YouTube. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the podcast picture today, the Albany Bub.
Bub?
Yes, there's a guy named Albany Bub. Hey, guys. It's me, Albany Bub. It's good to see you today. Out here in the Bay. No,
I
it's
need to check on that cough, Albany Bub.
the Albany Bulb. We were there earlier this year with Steph and Matt. And happy birthday, Matt.
Yes. Bing, 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 bing.
There, enough of that.
Man, if I had a voice like Chris Stapleton, I wouldn't even bother talking. I would sing the whole time.
What's he sound like, love?
He's got this just amazing gravelly voice. His voice is a mood.
Yeah.
It's like it's a place. It's a mood. He's amazing.
It's soulful.
Very soulful. Smoky.
Uh-huh.
He's got that Tennessee. No. Whisker.
Wow. Thank you.
That was a strangled cat.
Look who's here. Hello, Michael Bassett. It's Madame Rootabega. And hello, lovely lady friend.
Hey, Madame Rootabega. It's been a while.
I love Chris Stapleton, too.
Oh, yeah? Did you date?
Yes.
Wow. How did you meet?
We met at a party. Ooh.
Oh, did he sing to you?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. So what happened? Did you lose touch with him?
Well, one day I was making a sandwich and he was gone.
Just like that. He left.
Just like that. Wow. So while you were making a sandwich, he left. Yes, Michael Matthew. You think the sandwich caused the end of the relationship? Yes.
Oh.
Do you wish he would come back? Yes. Do you think maybe someday you'll date Nathaniel Radcliffe? No. To me, in my mind, Nathaniel Radcliffe and Chris Stapleton are the same guy. They don't sound anything alike, but it's like the same type of soulful white guy with beard type thing.
Oh, yeah. He's,
I need to run. I needed to fall. I'm running away. I need never get yo. That one.
He does have a soulful voice, too. That one.
Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Hello there, lovely lady friend. It's good to see you there.
Yeah, good to see you. Do you know that?
Good to see you guys.
They like your green tracksuit, I guess.
Do they want the same kind of tracksuit?
Where do we get that? How do I find that there?
Yeah, where do we get it? Do you know that?
I don't know if they would have it in your size. It's for ladies.
Huh. Got kind of awkward all of a sudden.
It did.
Everybody just looking down.
You know, that's very, like, just binary of me. Like, that's not... If they want to wear ladies' tracksuits, hot damn, they can. Son of a...
Thank you, Nathaniel Stapleton. Well, lovely lady friend, it's always fun when you stop by. Would you like to plug anything?
Phrasing? Are you going to regret bringing me on your podcast?
So do talk show hosts? They don't say that anymore, I guess, because someone's going to yell out phrasing. Because they used to say that, you know.
Really?
What would you like to endorse? You know the way language changes so rapidly in this world? You don't know what you can say or think or whatever, but you know what? You should not care. Because you don't want to live in fear, lovely lady friend. That's what I'm saying. Don't be ignorant. But still, why should we live in fear constantly? Or a certain amount of fear good? Think about it.
Is this a rhetorical question?
It was a question. I don't know. You can respond however you like.
That was deep.
Okay.
I'm eating my bowl of cereal now. Wow.
Right.
I don't know.
Oh, so you had all the time in the world to do a Chris Stapleton impression. But to answer Mike's unimportant question, that's fine. But, okay. Let me just wrap up by saying next show it's going to be Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, and John Deere the engineer. I will never say the word plug ever again. I'll say bulb or bub instead. Bub.
Bulb. Bulbous. Bulb.
If you would like to chime in about anything that we covered, you can call me 336MM Daily. That's 3 + 3 = 6. MM is in Mike Matthews. Daily is in what this podcast has been now. Yay! For 7 days in a row.
Congrats, love.
Have not been interrupted. Let's see how much longer. That's probably it. Probably have to take off 3 weeks now. Thank you so much for stopping by, lovely lady friend.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, everybody have a wonderful, wonderful week.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!